What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again. And excuse my appearance. It is getting near the end of the day, but I wanted to get a video recorded. Today we're going to be covering basically cashing out our Flux for some sweet US dollar. And that is not my preferred currency, of course. I would prefer the Flux over this, but in the case of mining, it's always necessary, or sometimes necessary, to liquidate some of your mining assets into US dollar to go ahead and pay that pesky power bill. We're going to get into the details right after today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to centralized exchange for liquidating my crypto assets. With their Crypto.com Visa debit card, I can load up my mined Ethereum to pay for power and other operating costs quickly while earning up to 8% cash back. In addition to the Visa debit card, there are additional fiat options including wire transfers to easily receive your profits. Crypto.com also offers additional services including trading and even staking to earn additional revenue on your investments. Join 10 million plus users buying and selling 100 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost by using my affiliate link in the description for a $25 funding bonus. Or enter referral code SOAT at sign up for the same bonus. Remember, cryptocurrency investment comes with significant risks, so do your own research. Welcome back. So, first things first, if you guys have not set up the Zelcore wallet yet, please check out my How to Mine Flux guide, and it will walk you through setting up the wallet. Now that that is taken care of, we are going to hop into the wallet and go through essentially how I am going about exchanging Flux for, of course, other tokens, other networks, and then sending that out to my Crypto.com account. Now, in this particular case, it's important to note that Flux isn't supported within Crypto.com, so I can't send it directly there. However, utilizing the Zelcore wallet, I'm able to convert it into something that is supported by Crypto.com and then send it out from there. So let's go ahead and hop in. As you can see, we have $285 worth of Flux. It is currently down about 7%, so not the best time to swap, and I won't be swapping all of it, just enough to go through the process with y'all. So if we go ahead and take a look here, we have our portfolio set to mining right now, which is our mining rewards from the rigs that we have talked about for the solo mining. We're going to click the exchange button. And within the Zelcore wallet, we have a few options for exchanges. We have the quick swap, which is going to be utilizing Eve, which is a solution that basically allows you to utilize multiple quick swap exchanges and find the best floating and fixed rates. And this is going to be just the most simple way to go ahead and do this, and a sort of decentralized way to do it. Now, the downsides here is that the funds do temporarily leave your custody and aren't in keys that you can control. And that can be a problem and a potential problem in the future. But at this point, I don't think that there's anything nefarious going on. Just be cautious and maybe do a search on the service and make sure that it is up and running and functioning properly. Your other options are using decentralized exchanges. They have Serum DEX as well as Binance DEX. We can go over separate guides for those if you guys would like, and let me know in the comment section below if you would. And then you do have basically centralized exchange options, and you can connect those accounts. These options right now are not grayed out that are available, right? So you have KuCoin, you have FTX, you have FTX US, you have Gemini, you have Gate.io, and STEX. If you would like a centralized guide based in the US, let me know and we will work on that as well. Obviously, there are places that we are not allowed to use either, like Binance.us being in Texas. So it will be geographically restricted, but I can work on maybe working with some other people to create guides outside of our geographical restrictions if needed. All right, so at this point, what we're going to do is just click the quick swap option, and then you have your selling and your buying options. Now, for buying, you have quite a few different options, but if you are dead set on a specific token, be careful because Depending on the way the exchange rates work, and I'll show you guys in a second, you may not be getting your full value if you swap for something that isn't properly supported. So one of those, for example, that has been happening has been like Bitcoin, I believe it was. So let's go ahead and select our selling asset, which is going to be Flux. You can just do a search. It'll pop up here and it'll show you your balance. And then over here, it'll kind of show you what you're going to be getting. So we're going to type in 50 for Flux. It shows that it would have $138.26 value. However, if we swapped it to Ethereum, we would only have a $95.13 USD value after swapping it. Obviously, we want to get as close to our full value as possible. So we're going to look at our buying assets that are available and select from there. So if you are just trying to basically cash out for USD, options like USDT here, which would basically be a US dollar version, is possible. But of course, as you can see, we would only get $74.28 in USDT. So we wouldn't really necessarily want to do that. It would be better for us to do ETH, but you want to check some of these. If we checked Matic at this point, we can click into Matic and then see how much you would exchange for that. We'll type it back out again. It looks like there's nothing there for us to buy. If we did Bitcoin, you can see here that we get $92.90 in USD. So there's a little bit of like searching around for, you know, what's going to get you the most. What I found is that Litecoin appears to have the closest pairing. As you can see here, we can swap the 50 for almost one Litecoin, which is a value of $132.80. Go ahead and go through them all. This is kind of the downside at this point for this swapping, is not getting the full value. Of course, it's compensating for network fees, etc. So like I said, what you want to do is basically just go through it and try to find, you know, which one's going to give you as close to the total amount as possible. Here, if we went to Tron, we would have 134.11 USD. You want to check your centralized exchanges as well and make sure that these are supported, because in some cases they may not be, right? So right now in crypto.com, I'm searching for Tron. I'm seeing if basically there is support for it, and right now in crypto.com there's not support for it, so I couldn't actually send this to my wallet, my Tron wallet, so I wouldn't want to use it. And we can check ZEC for Zcash and see that's $90.15 in US dollars. That's pretty much what we're looking at there. And then I believe we haven't checked Dash, so we'll check Dash. That's $102. We'll check Digibyte as well. This might need a recalculation, or there's nothing on the markets. Looks like nothing on the markets. We'll check the Binance USD. There's nothing on the markets. So those are kind of like the downsides of it. Now, if you want to go into manual and go ahead and swap those out, you can go into that if you wish as well. So other than that, you know, you do have the option of, like I said, kind of sending it directly out. For today, we're going to use Litecoin for the example, though, because it is closest at 132 US dollars after the swap. And then from there, all you need to do is just click this swap button down here and click yes, swap. Now at this point, what it'll do is basically submit the swap, and it'll move outside of the Flux wallet. So you can see that we've put that in there, and then we can basically show in Explorer, which I will show you guys here in a second. And in addition to that, you can also track the transfer. Now the transfer tracking is going to be through exchange.instaswap.io. And what I'll show you guys here is that information. So essentially, I'm going to swap over to that screen here for you guys. And as you can see, we have InstaSwap here basically saying send 50 Flux to the following address. And then once it's sent that for the deposit, it will swap it out to Litecoin, and it will send it back to our Zelcore wallet. So we'll give that a little bit of time. And then once it's complete, we'll go back to our Zelcore wallet and talk about, sending it out, which is actually pretty simple. It's not that difficult. You'll see that in a second. Alrighty, so this can take some time, up to 30 minutes in our case is how long it took. I came back and we can go ahead and complete the tutorial. There's really nothing left to do here other than send your completed transactions, Litecoin out to your crypto.com or Coinbase account to go ahead and cash it out for US dollar. Basically, what you'll see is this screen here on InstaSwap that says, transaction ID and it's completed, etc. If you're having trouble or you're just impatient and you think something's wrong with the transaction, it can take up to an hour. But if you do, you can hit this support ticket button over here from the menu option. So there you go. Let's go ahead and move back to the Zelcore wallet and I'll show you guys what it looks like over there once it's completed. So now on Zelcore, what you'll notice is that we have this option for Litecoin right in here. So if we want to go ahead and send that out to a different account to get the cash out, we're just going to click it and then click the send button. You'll have to type in basically your PIN if you've set up a 2FA PIN, which I highly recommend, as well as other two-factor authentication options. Definitely do that. And then it'll send it out. And I have confirmed, of course, you can see here that we did send some out and they completed. And that is essentially how I am liquidating my Flux. So for those of you that were looking at basically cashing out your Flux coin, this is how you can do it utilizing the Zelcore wallet, which is of course the official wallet for Flux itself. There are multiple options, including going straight through centralized exchanges if you have access to one in your geographical location. This process will allow you to use any centralized exchange that supports one of the supported swap tokens, such as the Bitcoin or the Litecoin, for examples. It is very important that you check out the end result post swap and how much USD you will receive in comparison to the USD value of the Flux that you have. This is the easiest way without using converting tools or conversion tools to basically determine whether or not you actually got your full amount or close to your full amount. Now, the total fee count there, of course, was that $6 or so that we moved over from the 138 to the 132. And essentially that is going to be the fee or the fees or the loss in those transaction fees that we ended up with. So we lost about $6 on a $138 transaction. And that's not too bad. That's less than sales tax in most states. So I'll take it. I'm happy that we can go ahead and get our money out. That being said, how much does that impact your profitability over Ethereum? It really depends on how you're basically getting your Ethereum out. There are multiple different ways to cash out Ethereum. Going directly to an exchange, of course, off of layer 1 is going to be the cheapest off of layer 1. And then if you are looking at participating in DeFi, etc., with the Ethereum you earn, especially with OpenSea being the largest platform, going out to Matic can be a good option too, keeping in mind that Matic has experienced issues recently as well. So no blockchain is without its faults. No blockchain is without its fees. It can be pretty troublesome to jump through them. I think that all things considered, this has been a pretty easy liquidation process in my opinion compared to other altcoins that I have mined. We will be covering Toncoin here shortly, so if you're interested in Toncoin liquidation, there's some huge caveats for that one that we're going to be talking about. So hit the notification bell and the like button and the subscribe button so the YouTube algorithm will send you my way. And I will see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more. or check out this playlist for more crypto content related topics.